A really fun fact, this is the second time that I've recorded the Q&A video. So you guys asked me a ton of questions and now I'm going to answer all the questions that you asked me because that's what you do in a Q&A video. The first question that I'm going to be answering comes from PSV Xbox C, and their question is, what is your trophy level and your achievement score? How many plats do you have? Just wondering if you're an achievement nut. I kind of am an achievement nut and I'm kind of not an achievement nut. Like with my Xbox 360, I do really go for achievements if I'm really enjoying the game and the achievements are pretty easy to obtain. Well, you know, they're reasonable sometimes. There are some achievements that I don't think I'll ever get ever, but my PlayStation, not so much because I don't really have anyone to be competitive with on PlayStation. Most of my friends are on Xbox. So my gamer score though currently is 9,905, which is on the dinky side because I have a bad habit of starting games and not finishing them, or just finishing them to the most minimal level possible and not really getting any of the achievements. My PS3 trophies are 98 bronze, 3 silver, 1 gold, and 0 platinum, and that makes me 37% into level 4. So yeah, super dinky just because I don't really have anyone to be competitive with trophy-wise, and I only really play my PS3 mainly for the exclusives because PlayStation does have a lot of amazing exclusives. The Lost Vlogger asks, if you could, this is a two-part question by the way, 2 parts, be on your guard here. The first question, if you could be stuck in any video game world, what would it be? This was really hard for me to answer because there's so many awesome worlds out there, and all, I mean, video games are anything and everything that you want them to be. But I boiled it down to Final Fantasy IX, which is weird, but I really like the whole medieval swords and I love the atmosphere in the game. I love the world. I think it was Gaia was the world in Final Fantasy IX, so if I were to ever get stuck anywhere, just go through some crazy dimensional hole, it would be Gaia from Final Fantasy IX. And the second question is, if you were stuck on an island and you could choose any video game character to be stuck with, who would it be and why? This is tough. You could go 2 ways with this one. So you could go with somebody who's going to help you survive and help you possibly get off the island, or you could just go with somebody who is just going to be really awesome to hang out with and you guys could just have a great time and die together on the island, never ever get off the island. And I went with finding someone who could help me survive on the island and get off the island. So I went with Captain John Soap McTavish from the Modern Warfare series because dude is a BA. Let's be honest here. Guy is a total BA. He's gonna help me get through surviving on the island and he's gonna help me get off that island. What? Crush on a video game character? That's ridiculous. That is just not plausible. Let's get to the next question. And this question comes from, if I pronounce this wrong, I'm sorry, Aquitas. And they ask, would you ever live stream playing a game on twitch.tv? Yes, I would definitely consider doing that. I definitely want to do that. I actually did do that once for Minecraft. It was one of the first times that I was playing on Chaos 2005's Minecraft server and I was building something and I thought, why not? It can't hurt. I had 4 people watching me build the Freeport Gate that I was working on at the time. So I have done it before and I would love to do it, especially with horror games and stuff like that, just because I think my reaction would be great because I love survival horror games and I give fantastic reactions. I mean, it's awesome. Chick Scully asks, what is your KDR in COD, Call of Duty? Okay. Now, once again, I always say I'm a decent Call of Duty player. I'm not the best, but I'm not a bad Call of Duty player. I think I do fairly well. I usually, in my group, am in the top 3. I very rarely have a bad game, so like when I'm tired, but let's get on with this. In Modern Warfare 3, my KDR is 0.88, and for Black Ops, it's 0.89, which I think is completely false because I could have sworn the last time that I checked it, it was like 0.01, so let's just say that it's 0.01 and not 0.89. But yeah, that's my KDR in Call of Duty. So once again, decent player. Not fantastic. Will never be a major league gamer, even though they don't accept Call of Duty anymore. Persistent Thug asks, VidjaGamez, do you have a PS3 and a Wii? Yes, I have a PS3 and a Wii. I mainly play on my 360 just because I have a ton of friends and a huge community that I play with on my 360. I do favor the console more. I do have more video games for the 360. Second in line would be my PC right after that because the community is there, and love PC gaming. But yeah, my PS3 only ever gets played mainly for just exclusives and stuff like that. I don't really do any online gaming on my PS3, and of course the Wii just sits there and collects dust. Sometimes it gets turned on because I like to get nostalgic and play some of the virtual console games that I downloaded for it, but yes. So I have everything, but do I play it? No, not very often. Will Question asks, what sort of books do you like to read? I mainly like to read fantasy books, and I like to read some sci-fi, but in all actuality, I like reading all kinds of books. I mean, if it's a good story and I'm really interested in it, then I'll read it. I'm not very, specific into a genre, but those are probably my top 2 types of books that I like to read, but yes, I'm very much open to anything. Will Question also asked first. No, you were second. I'm sorry, you did not make first. Mr. Dinglehopper asks, dogs or cats? I am a dog person all the way, no questions asked. I love dogs. They are so loyal, so sweet. They knock over cameras. All they want to do is just be by your side and be pet. And cats, I had kind of a bad experience with them when I was younger because we had a cat and it was a very mean cat. Not saying that I hate cats or don't like cats or would never own a cat, but I definitely favor dogs more. Orbit18 asks, does your job have anything to do with video games? Unfortunately, no, my job has absolutely nothing to do with video games, and it bums me out so much. I hope that somehow, some way, that I will have a job in the future that will deal with video games in some way, shape, or form. But currently, no, my job has absolutely nothing to do with video games. Just numbers. Lots of numbers. And the next question comes from Dante61680, and they ask, would you do a show and tell video, something that would show your achievements and trophies? I would totally do a tell-all video of all my achievements and showcase some of the ones I'm more proud of. But yeah, I would totally do that because I think that would be something really fun for everyone else to do as well, make video replies or just comment on it. Plus, Dante said that he would make a video and he would come out of retirement if I did this. So yes, game on. I will make a video talking about all my achievements and trophies if you do a video on all your achievements and trophies. I'm saving the best for last. Trapnest Shinigami has multiple questions, so we're going to start with the first one. Your favorite game ever? And that's got to be the hardest question to ever ask a gamer. What is your favorite game? I have multiple favorite games, and I feel like a favorite game should be something that, you have really fond memories of, or a game that you just poured endless hours into because you just couldn't get enough of it. So EverQuest is definitely one of my favorite games. I had a great group of friends. I have so many fond memories of the game, and it will always be in my heart because it was a great MMO and a great time for me. Fatal Frame 2 is another one of my favorites. I love the entire Fatal Frame series, and I feel like everyone should experience it, but Fatal Frame 2 was my favorite, and it was like one of the only games to ever really make me jump out of my chair screaming. It was that good. And then there's the Final Fantasy series, which it's hard for me to choose between Final Fantasy X, Final Fantasy IX as one of my top favorite games, even Final Fantasy VII, because that was one of the games that actually it made me cry. Like, I knew it was gonna happen, but I still cried when I first saw the whole scene because it's just beyond sad, and my healer was dying. You would cry too if your healer was dying and you had no backup healer. Kingdom Hearts probably also falls under there because I spent endless hours. I love that game. That game was so much fun. Great soundtrack, great everything, great gameplay. But I spent endless hours. I even went and found all 101 Dalmatians just so I could see the secret preview of Kingdom Hearts 2. Worst game that I've ever played is the second question, and like hands down, it was this game. I was bored one day. It was shortly after I graduated high school. I was working 2 part-time jobs, and I took a semester off before I started community college, and so I would go down to EB Games and find used games that I'd never really heard of or never really played and would play them, which led me to finding the Devil May Cry series, which was amazing. But I picked up a game called No One Lives Forever, and it was like this spy kind of game, and I remember I sat there for like the first 15 minutes and was like, this is boring, this sucks, this is garbage, and I went and just turned it back in and went and got another game. So I think No One Lives Forever was the worst game that I ever played. I can't even remember. I just remember that I was just like, it's one of the only games that I was so disgusted with. It was just like, I'm gonna go trade this back in. We're not doing this. Third question is favorite colors. I don't have a favorite colors, I have a favorite color, and that is purple. Purple has always been my favorite color. It's such an awesome color. Don't deny it. They also ask, have you watched, hope I pronounce this right, Oren High School Host Club. No, I have not watched that. I don't know what it is, but you know what? I'm gonna Google it right after this video. And because I've been doing the playthrough for Alice Madness Returns, and I know Trapnest had played through it, and so he's watching it as I upload it very slowly. I'm asked, would you wear the dresses Alice wears in Alice Madness Returns? Blah, blah, blah. Yes, I would totally wear those dresses. I'm not a dress kind of person, but I would wear those dresses because... And then go cosplay. Just go randomly wander around places wearing these dresses. Those dresses were cool. I mean, I'm gonna say that as a girl right now, those were some cool dresses. So yes, I would wear one of Alice's dresses from Madness Returns. Now I'm pretty sure this is going to be the longest video in existence, but I answered every single question. I'm quite proud of myself. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give it a like and leave comments down below. If you want to, go ahead and leave even more questions in the comments below, because I think maybe in another 2 weeks we could go ahead and do this. So if you have even more questions, go ahead, put them in the comments. All the fun links for following and liking in different various social media areas is in the description. If you're new to this channel, this is the first time you're watching one of my videos, go ahead and click subscribe because it'll be up here. Click subscribe because I promise you will enjoy all of my other videos, and I will see everybody on my next video, which I'm not even sure what it will be. Surprise!